How's it going? James, OnlineCarShow.net. Well, in this video, we're going to be reviewing the Pioneer NEX car stereo that I put in the Corvette ZR1. So without hesitation, let's go ahead and get this video started. All right, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great week. Going to be reviewing this Pioneer NEX stereo finally that we installed in the Corvette ZR1. You can check my videos, I think it's 2 videos back, and see the installation video and whatnot, how you can put a car stereo in a Corvette C6. But in this one, we're going to be focusing primarily on this Pioneer head unit. It's a AVH-2550NEX for the model. I guess they're high-end NEX stereos, and it's a good mid-range and price point for what you get in here. But before we get there, just wanted to go over what else we got going on with the channel. I've already got a little mod here we're going to be putting on this weekend. Got another one on the way. As far as events go, the only thing I really have in my schedule is a Serious Wheels Open Car Show coming up November 7th this year. It's an open car show hosted by Corvette Owners Club of Houston. Go check out their website for more information. So you don't miss any of that upcoming content, and to help support my channel, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe below. It just takes a second and it helps my videos to grow. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get to the video at hand. Well, as some of y'all know, I've already installed this in the car. I've actually got the stock unit here in the box, but I will say before we start that I was very impressed with everything in the box. The instructions were so-so. I'll give them middle of the road. They didn't really help a whole lot, but as y'all know, the Crutchfield master kit that I bought included everything I needed to know for the install, so I was already safe there. As we can see here on the box, I'll show you all close up. This car stereo, it does have DVD player, plays DivX, works with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It also says it works with Waze, which I tested. It's over CarPlay, works great. iDataLink Maestro compatible. That's an iDataLink you can buy for your car, and it's basically the same as what I got from the Crutchfield audio. A lot of the iDataLink Maestro kits will connect to the OBD controller in the car, allowing you to bring, data from the engine and the computer over into the stereo, even climate control on some vehicles. But on the Corvette C6, that functionality does not work, unfortunately. It also works with Spotify, Pandora, and it's SiriusXM ready. It has USB and auxiliary. It has color customization, personalization, blah, blah, blah. Dual phone connection. Basically, you can connect 2 phones to this via Bluetooth or USB and be able to answer phone calls and listen to music off either one. 3 pre-outs that are high voltage. I did hear really good reviews about the pre-outs that are on this stereo, so hopefully someday we'll add an amplifier and be able to test them. It does have a 13-band equalizer, and you can save that into 2 custom presets, and I think it has 4 or 5 pre-built presets you can use. Steering wheel controls, they work great in my car, every single one of them. No issues there. The only thing you didn't hear me say is this unit does not have GPS. I like using CarPlay and the navigation off my phone, so that's not going to hurt me at all. And I just don't like typing on the screen anyways. And that'll save you a couple $100 if you don't mind losing that functionality. Units with GPS always add a couple $100 to the price tag. It also comes with a remote that works really good, very functional. It's backup camera ready, which I installed. The backup camera works great, and you can also install, it's got an auxiliary camera port allowing you to bring in a front camera or side camera, whatever you need. DVD formats and video formats it plays. It allows DivX, Wave, MP3, WMA, AAC, and FLAC, FLAC. Of course, also DVD video. This unit is powered by a MOSFET 50 watt times 4 amplifier. So let's go ahead and get in the car and see what this looks like. All right, well, before we get into the radio itself, let's get into some of the connections on the back so y'all know what you are dealing with if you're looking at purchasing one. It's going to come with the unit itself, fan on the back, which is really cool. It's going to come with the wiring harness. You're also going to get a USB extension. Plus there's a microphone that you can mount in the car and a wire. This will allow you to operate Siri or talk on the phone, etc. Now, as far as the connections themselves on the back of the unit, you've of course got the wiring harness on in the center below the fan. Next to that, a 10 amp fuse. And then I believe is the steering wheel controls or the iData link there, and there's a USB connection next to that. Also on the top, you've got an auxiliary port. And if your vehicle accepts the iData Maestro UBD connection, it would be there. And on the other side, we've got our RCAs and video inputs, outputs. You've 3 sets of RCA outputs. These can be set up on the startup of the unit. It's going to give you 2 options when you start it up. One being the standard, which would use the RCA outputs as front, back, and subwoofer. Or you can opt for the other option, which uses the RCAs as highs, mids, and lows. So really interesting concept there. The only downside of it is if you pick the wrong option, you have to go in and restore to default to get that question again. So as far as video connections from there, you've got your rear camera connection. You've also got an auxiliary video input and output, so you could wire in an additional camera. As far as your video inputs, you've got, and of course, your backup camera on the top right there. You've also got 2 additional videos there. That's a video in for an additional camera if you wanted to run a front camera or whatnot on the unit. You've also got a video out there, and I believe you've got video audio in right and left as well below that. And then on the bottom right there, you've got your videos antenna input. So that covers all the connections. Let's get into the fun stuff of the radio. All right, well, as far as the look and feel, out of all the ones out there, I really wanted to match kind of the look of the C6. And with the buttons lit up white like they are now, it matches sort of the buttons on the C6 and how they light up. So I opted for that. If you want to change the visual look of this unit, go to settings, and you'll see the little paintbrush thing there. And you've got a whole list of settings. Illumination, if you want the buttons white, green, orange, red, blue. You can also manually set a setting. So if you want this to be a different shade or pick your own custom shade to match your interior lights, I could go through all that. Or you can push this button and it's going to cycle through all kinds of colors slowly. And then we've got put this back. Then we've got themes. You've got all different kind of color themes as far as, you know, your home screen goes. You can change the theme of it. I go for a blue, being a blue car. Background. You've got a whole host of different backgrounds to use. And then you've also got some live wallpaper, ones that actually move. And this one's my favorite. It actually uses a sound spectrum in the background, which is really cool. Or you can opt for loading your own image if you load it on a USB stick and put it in the USB drive, or of course just off. But I like the spectrum analyzer there. We've also got our clock settings, 3 different kind of clocks you can go from or off. And then you've got your, of course, home screen or AV. So home screen background is set to still. You don't have live wallpaper with this. You can still do a custom, but you can pick which home screen you want to go with. And the theme of the home screen, illumination of home screen. So you can pick 2 different illuminations between the home screen and then just a play screen. You've got, of course, all your system settings, beep tones, audio mix, input output settings, camera settings. This is where you can change your camera polarity. If you want to adjust your parking assist guide, you can take and drag and move it all around.
Also from settings, we've got demo mode. You want to make sure that's on by default. You want to turn that off or you'll keep getting a little screen splash here and there. Restore settings. You got touch panel calibration. When you first buy it, it's a good idea to go through their 16-point calibration in there. You've also got your dimmer settings, so it can dim with the car, or you can change it, you know, by time of day. Really cool functions in there. All right, so driver position now. This basically, if you're in a left-hand drive car, right-hand drive car, you can select Android auto launch. Of course, I don't use Android, but if you did, you could turn that on. Picture adjustments, we've got brightness, contrast, color, dimmer. Really cool there. I didn't know it had all that. I'll have to experiment and find out. Finding out new stuff every day. All right, graphic equalizer. This does have a graphic equalizer in it. They have 2 custom settings where you can change it, and it will save, you know, however you want to change it, whatever. It'll save to that custom channel 2 now. So when I go back, it'll bring it back. You've also got custom 1, flat, vocal, natural, powerful, and super bass. If you've got amplifiers with a subwoofer connected, you can turn your subwoofer on and off. Speaker level, this is where you can set each speaker individually. You can also put in listening positions, front, left, so it's automatically going to adjust all the speakers for just one person sitting in the car. There we go. Front right, front, all. Then we've got crossovers. If you've got, you know, multiple amps connected, you don't want your mids and highs to be receiving, you know, low frequencies, etc. You can set cutoffs, all kinds of stuff in here. So it's got a built-in crossover. You've got subwoofer settings. You can change the subwoofer, listening position, time alignment. And then, really important step here, once you get everything set up like you want, go ahead and hit save settings. Yes, you want to save them all. And this way, you can come back if things are changed or whatnot. You won't lose your settings. You've got a good default place to start. You just hit load settings. You've also got a bass boost here. If you're listening to music that requires, you know, classic rock or something needs a little bit more bass to it, you can set it there. Loudness on and off, automatic level controls, and also sound retriever. We've got video set up here. You've got DVD settings. If you have a DVD in, what aspect ratio, you know, subtitle language, etc. Video signal settings. You've also got your Bluetooth settings here, whether or not to auto connect, etc. Bluetooth memory clear. All right, so let's get into more of the functions of the stereo. One thing I didn't mention in the beginning is this does have HD radio, which is really cool. So you've got your radio stations, and you can also go to HD by just pushing down arrow. Now I'm on HD2. I could save that station to a preset too. You've also got, by the way, 3 different presets with 6 channels each, giving you a total of 18 under FM and 6 under AM. So you can real quickly either just save presets, tune the channel, etc. It pops up all the information of the channel, what songs playing. You can see all that there. The home screen to navigate, you see I went to home screen before, which shows what's currently playing, a list of stuff you can play with, you know, quick buttons, and also Apple CarPlay, or if I want Bluetooth, it's right there as well, which is really cool. That's all integrated in the home screen. That's why I've got really accustomed to using it. I just hit home screen, it comes to here, and then I hit where I want to go. HD radio, do I want Bluetooth, do I want CarPlay, Pandora, or if the rear camera is on, you could use it to get there real quickly. So home screen's kind of your friend with this device. Works really easy, intuitive, etc. You've also got a quick call button here, pretty much in all kinds of places. You can see that, and also an EQ quick button. So if you're in music or whatever, you can get to your EQ settings really easy. Also, to change the time and date on this, it's real simple. You just hit time, click on the time button up there. You can set, you know, date, time, year, month, etc. with its 24-hour, 12-hour. Very easy stuff, nothing complicated. You've also got a button here you can push, a little down arrow if you don't want to use the home screen, which allows you to get to a lot of the presets right there. So let's go back under home button. If you want to edit your home screen now, you can simply, I found, click this, it'll expand it. You can slide stuff around. If you don't want camera view there, let's say you want your auxiliary, you can slide it in, and what it's telling you in that blue thing there is that's what's visible. Now, as far as apps you can use, if you do have OBD connections, you'll see right here, if you're wondering where they are in the stereo, you've got car sources right there, car features right there. If you have SiriusXM, you could move it in, source off, power off, you could move in there. If you have US stuff on a USB stick, if you've got a front camera, an additional camera, its setting is right there. There's your disc. If you've got an audio or a DVD in, you can quickly click it there. And that's how you kind of move stuff around. And once you're in the edit mode, you can also drag and move stuff around this way, allowing you to fully customize it how you want it. Like if I want more buttons showing up, I can drag it over and get additional items. I was very impressed with this. You can also modify your CarPlay and phone settings right here. Speaking of which, we got CarPlay. So you can connect to your CarPlay really easy. Of course, you push the button right here. It gives you a kind of a dashboard of everything going on with CarPlay, and allows you to use audio and your maps at the same time, which is really cool. Of course, you got all your apps will come over, Waze will come over, phone, maps. Pioneer NEX also has an app. I haven't got in there to check it out, but you should go download it from the App Store and see what it has. Go back to our home screen. You can also enter into Bluetooth mode if you want, and it also does web link. Okay, so you either get a choice of web link or CarPlay. I wonder if the other one's for Android or something. You got Apple CarPlay, you got Bluetooth that does Android Auto. I know this thing works great with my Apple phone. I haven't had any issues with it I can speak of. You've also got other buttons here on the side. I didn't mention that. It also integrates with Siri, so you can push the Siri button. Hey Siri, what's 1 plus 2?
1 plus 2 is 3.
So you've got Siri. The next buttons down the list, you've got your up and down buttons. By default, this is set on volume. Now, really cool thing here, if you notice, you've also got guidance. So if you want your guidance to be a little bit louder or lower than your volume, it's right there. You can touch screen it, whatever. And you've got your home button I've already explained. This will switch between all your apps that are currently open. And what's this last button? Oh, last button gives you a little another hot button and dashboard on the bottom. You've got settings again, forward and backwards, night or day mode. So really easy. I've loved this stereo. And it also came with this remote control. I haven't used the remote control very much because this is only a front seating car, being a Corvette. Not much used for a remote, but I guess if I'm in a park or something playing music, I can always turn the music up and down. Pretty much operates everything on the remote. Even has this nice little touchpad in the middle, allowing navigation.
All right, well, hope I've done this justice. I've really enjoyed this Pioneer head unit. I've had 3 or 4 Pioneers in the past. They've never let me down. They make a great sound system for the money, and you're always going to get a value pack deal with them. And they've been around. How many years has Pioneer been around? How many decades, I should say. So they know what they're doing. It's a really good kind of middle price point. You can pick these up right now when I'm making this video under $400. I think I spent $375 on this, and I'm going to have a link in the description on Amazon, those interested in checking it out more. Thank y'all so much for watching my videos. I can't say that enough. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe below. I hope everybody has a great week.